Good people, good people, good people. How you doing? How you feeling? How you living? This is Coach Xavier, and today we have a very fun series that I have going on right now, and it is the bar for bar breakdown with Coach Xavier. Now, this particular artist came into the play because a another artist by the name of Will I Am, producer, rapper, singer, from the Black Eyed Peas, and he basically came out and said that Black Thought from the Roots, the Philadelphia group called the hip hop group called the Roots, said that he was better. Black Thought was better than Jay Z. It could be more versatile. I'll put the actual post up that quotes him exactly of what he's saying, that he was better. So what I did was I saw this pop up on Facebook and say, hey, you know what? Let me get, I'm interested to see what people think because I like the conversations around music and around hip hop and around different topics. And I wanted to say what exactly makes most, I mean, what I was about to say most deaf, what makes Black Thought better than Jay Z? So I said, hey, the true Roots fans. I'm a Black Thought fan. I like Black Thought. It's just I've had millions of rap, hip hop music, R&B music, pop music debates since I've been listening to music since I was about 4 or 5 years old. My earliest memories of listening to music of 4 or 5 years old. So I wanted to know because I haven't heard Black Thought pop up as far as being a goat to some people until recently. So I hop into the comments and say, hey guys, let me know, what makes him the goat. I don't hear you guys saying this person is the GOAT. You haven't been saying this for a very, 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 very long time. I've only heard about this over the past couple of years. I know he had a freestyle that was like a 10-minute freestyle, something like that, on Funk Flex. And that was when people said, "Oh yeah, he's a great rapper." And I just wanted to know from the what could be the super fans of him. I just want to get the opinion of people that listen to them, probably a little more than I did. What made him so much better than Jay Z? But I'm a fan of music just overall. I was just curious because I've never heard Black Thought pop up in a top 10, a top 20, a top 50 debate of the best rappers. So I wanted to know, okay, well, what made this person better? What makes them more versatile? And so in the comments, it was probably about 65, 70 people that responded to me. And I basically was like, give me a top five. Give me a top five lyrical songs. And I would do a breakdown of that song, going over every single bar. Like, as you see, bar for bar breakdown with Coach Xavier, doing over every single bar. And let's see what the content is. Let's see what makes him better. So I say, y'all give me five Black Thought songs and give me five Jay Z songs. And out of those 70 people that responded via, by their comments, they would either not have an answer, usually comes insults, um, name calling, stuff like that. And I always say, listen, when we're having a debate or we're having a discussion and you have to start going to name calling, you lost immediately. Whether that you call somebody a ninja, you call them, a boy, you call them, you talking about everything but the sky being blue. And like, let's stay on topic. That's what I always say. I'm gonna call you emotional, and I'm gonna say you're not staying on topic. The conversation was about Black Thought being better than Jay Z. That's all it was about. I just wanted to know why you think that Black Thought is better than Jay Z. I just want your opinion. And what you got was most people that could not give me five songs that they listen to. If this is your artist, if this is the person that you jumping up and taking up for, because I'm not taking up for either one. I'm not taking up for Jay Z. I'm not taking up for Black Thought. I just want to know what makes you think that this person is better. It's just my natural curiosity, and I just love talking about different topics. I love talking about hip hop. So what I did, like promised, I said, give me 24 hours. I'm gonna do the bar for bar breakdown and I'm gonna put it on my YouTube page. And for this, I'll probably send it directly to the comment section that it came from. And we're gonna sit right here and we're gonna do a bar for bar breakdown of one of Black Thought songs. This was one of the songs that one of the two people were able to give me. So they gave me like 5 songs. Some of them were like feature verses, and I'm like, give me a Black Thought song. Not a verse he just hopped on, he just spazzed and got off of it, because he does have some verses where he hops on and just completely spazzes. But I wanted to give me a Black Thought song. What are the songs that are putting this person in your GOAT debate? And this is one of the songs. It was called it's called let's see, Thought versus Everybody, off of the album Streams of Thought, Volume 3, Cain versus Abel. All right, so let's go and get started. So the intro, in just a few minutes, you will hear from the most powerful Black man in American music today. Everybody. I don't think you heard me. Hey, yo, the most powerful Black man in the world. Hey, yo, they ask why I seem so solemn. Okay. On the throne between 3 stone columns. Okay, around the solemn column. Okay, I like that. Um, you know the name, effing up the game, no condoms. Okay, okay, that's no game, no condoms. All right, everybody, goddamn, first world problem. Okay, so as we know, first world problems are it's basically, um, we have basic I guess we'll call them riches, right? So or things that we can't complain about too much. So one of them could probably be um the first gas pump isn't working. In some places that don't have gas at all, some places that have to, or you can say the water fountain is broken. Some places don't have water at all, that we are able to have water in, first world, right? In the first world. So everybody got damn first world problem. All right. The truth is inconvenient as non-believers, fearing DACA dreamers instead of FEMA. Okay. So DACA, all right. DACA Dreamers, because I was interested in that. And this is me reading this live. I have not looked at these bars. Have not listened to this song. I don't go to this is lyrically bar for bar. I'm going off the lyrics. I'm not going off cadence. I'm not going off what the beat sounds like. None of that. We just strict talking about just the bars. All right. So bringing this up when it says the DACA or DACA Dreamers. It is the term often used to refer to individuals who were brought to the United States as children and are now living without legal immigration status. Many of these individuals are eligible for the Deferred Action for Children Arrivals program. So that's DACA. The ACA provides temporary protection from deportation and work authorization to eligible individuals who meet specific criteria. Okay. So it says fearing DACA dreamers instead of FEMA. All right. And do we all know what FEMA is, right? FEMA. So let's go ahead and we will research what FEMA is. All right, definition of FEMA. All right, FEMA is an agency within the United States Department of Homeland Security charged with responding to presidentially declared disasters. Okay, so it's basically saying you guys are fearing immigrants instead of fearing a the U.S. Department of fearing the Department of U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Okay, all right, so let's go on. All right, Bentley, Benz, or a Beamer, Fiji, or Aquafina. Okay, Bentley, Benz, or Beamer. Those are types of cars. Fiji or Aquafina. Those are types of water. Okay, everybody, every goddamn body. All right, we f around and be the next to Iwo Jima. All right. Hopefully, and if I'm saying it wrong, please forgive me. Like I said, I have not played these bars before. I have not listened to this song. I have not read through this. This is my first time looking at this. Okay, so Iwo Jima is a small volcanic island in the Pacific Ocean, infamous for the brutal battle fought there during World War II. All right, the Battle of Iwo Jima, which lasted from February 19th to March 26, 1945, involved fierce fighting between U.S. Marines and the Japanese Imperial Army. Okay, so let's see. So it said we F around and be the next Iwo Jima. So basically mess around and be the next war. Okay, so Iwo Jima. All right. Uh, the tides the tides rising at the same time, like they synchronized. So basically tides and water rising at the same time, synchronized. Okay. Um, and, and the tides rising at the same time, like they synchronized. I'm trying to think about it being both of us rising at the same time. Um, this could be, I guess, it's saying the two Egypt. So is it two people having conflict, or both of us? Is it two people having the conflict and coming up at the same time with conflict, or is it two people coming up together as if it's peace, and then we're both rising together? So that can be either one of those. And like I said, just my first time listening to this, do so on a breakdown of it. Okay, let's see. For making art, for making love, for making Hajj, Hajj. Yeah, well, definitely feel like I'm saying that wrong. All right, and it is. And why is it important? Okay. Um, Hajj or Haji, and I'm saying it wrong, and I apologize if I'm butchering the words here. Okay, it's the annual Islamic pilgrimage to Mecca, Saudi Arabia, and is one of the five pillars of Islam. Okay. Okay. So for making art, for making love, for making Hajj. Okay. Um, let's see. The home is where the hatred lies. They talking. They The home is where the hatred lies. They taking lives, but everybody just so saved and sanctified. Okay, so the home is where the hatred lies. Now, could that home place be could actually be America? When you talking about taking lives, or is it, is it overseas, or is it in a foreign land? And this goes back to him, saying the most powerful black man in America. Um, and then he's also speaking of, what takes place in Mecca, what takes place in Saudi Arabia. He's talking about Islam at the same time, and he's also talking about, you know, immigrants, and then he's also talking about with FEMA. So and he's also talking about war in, when he talks about the two to Iwo Jima. So home is where the hatred. So it could be the home here, or it could be home elsewhere. They taking lives, but everybody just so saved and sanctified. So they talk about holy sanctified people. Everybody saying that they saved, so that can be that can be Christianity, and everybody being saved and sanctified. So this can be, we have a lot going. This sounds like this is saying we have a lot going on right here in America. People are taking lives in America, but it's being ignored because everybody's so saved and sanctified. So nobody wants to reach out. Nobody wants to say what's going on because everybody's so saved. So they don't feel like they want to make any judgment on it. So, but let's go further. Then they rely upon we the few defiant ones. Everybody, every goddamn body. Then they rely upon we, the few defiant ones. Um, So this can be defiant against. Now as this goes on, they rely upon the few defiant ones. This can be him. Now this really seems like it relates more to speaking about what's going on overseas, but nobody's saying anything about it here. So as you see, the few defiant ones, the few people that will speak out on exactly what's going on in other areas. And like I said, this goes back to him um, talking about the DECA dreamers. He's talking about FEMA. He's like, basically, all of y'all are saying all this stuff about what can be going on everywhere else, or you are discussing your first world problems. Goes back to here, going back to your first world problems when we are defiant ones and we're the ones that are really speaking out about something, about what's really going on. Um, Communicating in higher forms than Viacom. Viacom is the, I want to say the parent station, but I'm gonna get it. Okay, Viacom is a major American media conglomerate that enlisted into incarnations. Okay, uh, okay, okay, that existed. Okay, cool, cool. All right. So the original Viacom was founded in 1971, was a spinoff for CBS, and eventually became the second CBS corporation in 2005. The second Viacom was created in 2005, a spinoff from the original Viacom. Now CBS Corporation focused on cable networks and film. So going back to communication and Viacom. Viacom has a lot of reach. It has subsidiaries such as Nickelodeon, BT, and let's see which other Paramount, Bellator, TV Land, Spike TV, MGM, DreamWorks Pictures. So all of those are under Viacom, and basically saying we communicating in higher forms than Viacom. The reach is tremendous. So it's saying that we're communicating in higher forms of Viacom. Okay, so basically, has a wide reach. To dialogue before the roar of the riot horn. So the riot horn, that type of right. If you ever seen what's the movie? What's the movie? What's the movie? What's the movie? I'm drawing a blank. Let me see. I can find it. What is the movie that I'm thinking of? Purge. Purge. That horn. That horn. Okay, that's the that to dialogue before the roar of the riot horns. So basically, it's like we talk about it, and then the riot's gonna start. Okay. I wonder on which side of the lines I belong. So should I be on this side or should I be on this side? And this all goes back to him talking about Iwo Jima. It goes to talking about the DECA Dreamers that are FEMA. It goes back to even saying I'm gonna F the game up. Um, Even goes back to saying, being solemn. Uh, so he has a lot of that being defiant, roar the horn. It's a lot of I'm speaking. I'm trying to talk about this before people are. You're ticking me off with your first world problems, and now I'm about to really get into and get into and try to decide what side of this war I should be on. Okay. So Lady Liberty, face full of concealer. Lady Liberty, face full of concealer. We all know who Lady Liberty is. In New York, the statue. And concealer is basically used to like hide blemishes, um, blemishes, any type of imperfections, to try to look as perfect as possible. So, Lady Liberty, which is the symbol which could technically be a symbol of America, trying to put the concealer on it to make America look like it's something that it isn't. So again, goes back to him saying, you know, DACA or DECA or DECA Dream was instead of FEMA. Um, so let's see where we at now. Lady Liberty, face full of concealer. I'm half Master Killer and half Hugh Masikilla. Hugh Masikilla. So Master Killer. So I'm gonna give y'all a full breakdown, all the words of who everybody is. Master Killer is an American rapper and member of the Wu-Tang Clan. Okay. And Hugh. So we can know exactly what are artists actually saying. What are they really talking about? Okay. So Hugh Mas Masik Masekela was a South African trumpeter and singer composer who is described as the father of South African jazz. So the twist on words, master killer, and have Hugh Masekela, or it's probably saying Masekela as well. So killer. That's that. Let's see. Let's see. Lathropia, Lathrop, Lathrobia, Lathrophobia. That's the fear of the healer. Okay, let's see exactly what. Let's see if that is fear of the healer. Let's see. Oh, Throph. Okay, let's see what the meaning is. Okay, and Lathrophia, Athrobia, Athrophobia. Okay, there we go. I'm like I said, y'all. I'm reading this for the very first time. I've never heard this song rap before. So, uh, also known as Iaphobia. It's phobia. I keep saying phobia. Phobia is an intense and irrational fear of doctors or medical professionals. Okay, I didn't even know that was a thing. Or I guess it's like white coat syndrome. Okay, phobia is the fear of the healer. Kaepernick is an activist. Y'all in fear of the kneeler. Okay, so I like that. Okay, the fear of the healer. Kaepernick is an activist. Y'all, everybody knows Colin Kaepernick, NFL. He kneeled because he was standing up for a lot of the injustice that was going on in America during that time. So he decided to kneel instead of standing for the national anthem. Big uproar depending on whatever side that however you see that. All I'm doing is just explaining the bars, bar for bar breakdown. That's all I'm doing. All right, Captain Sylvester, and y'all in fear of the kneeler. So basically saying y'all scared of doctors. You're feeling people. You're fearing people that are going to heal. You're fearing people that kneel. Um, Everything's obtuse. Nothing is obscene. Another young life was lost on live stream. Another great fell from grace and high esteem. We have grace and high esteem. No, we lost on live stream. So again, you see he's talking about, and that fear of the healer, and it seems like you said the fear of the healer just to get to Kaepernick, using Kaepernick, fear of the kneeler, and then just to get to the young life that was lost on live stream. So these connect that Kaepernick kneeling. The reason I say Kaepernick was kneeling because it was a lot of injustice. It was, like it was people dying on video, and he's saying that another young life was lost on live stream. So he's connecting the kneeler, and then he's also connecting the young life being lost on live stream. Another great fell from embracing high esteem. High esteem. Then the clock struck 13. We in some kind of dream. All right, and another. Then the clock struck 13. Clock struck 12. So as you know, on the clock, it's only 12. So it's a kind of a play on words, saying that the clock you saying the clock struck 13, so it went past the time that was there. So now it's now 12 o'clock. It's no 13 o'clock unless you doing military time and it's 1300. But I'll just let that one. So we in some kind of dream. So what I'm thinking about is he's not speaking in military time terms. It's that time is ran out. We finally woke up and we're in some kind of dream, or it could be some type of fever dream. But let's see if 13 clock striking 13 means anything. 13. Um, clock strike 13. Red carriage clock 13 is indication and possible time. And clock is not. Yeah, so it's not a real meaning to it. Um, it's kind of I'm just going on my interpretation. Clock striking 13. It's only 12. You know, if you know how to read a clock. Um, yeah, clock strike 13. We in some kind of dream. Okay. First I'm handling first things. Decipher what it means in a planet of Earthlings where the question remains: am I a journal or journalist? First, I'm handle. First, I'm handling first things where the question remains. First, I'm handling first things to decipher what it means to a planet of Earthlings where the question remains: am I a journal or a journalist? So, are you the paper or the writer? Am I a journal or a journalist? Am I reporting it? Am I reporting it? Is it happening to me? Like what happens to a journal? A journalist writes in a journal. Am I a journal or a journalist? So am I saying what's going on, or is what's going on happening to me? That's my interpretation of it. Herbal or externalist? Okay, what is an externalist? All right, I say external, eternalist. Eternalist. Okay, what is an eternalist? Eternal is someone who believes in the eternal existence of something, whether it's the world, matter, or a transcendent world. Herbal, okay. Eternal. Am I herbal or eternalist? So herbalist or eternalist. So herbalists are people who use herbs from the ground. Eternalist is someone who believes in eternal existence of something. So, am I grounded or am I not grounded? It's the simplest way I can break that down. Um, yeah, okay. Uh, Olympic tournament level genius author, affirmative through turning back and returning. I'm not concerned with it. Olympic tournament level genius author, affirmative through turning back and returning. I'm not concerned with it. Affirmative through turning back and returning. I'm not concerned with it. The permanent ink paved the way out of the turbulence. Okay, maybe I'm. maybe I'm missing it. Okay. Olympic tournament level genius author. Okay, I get that part. So affirmative, yes. So he's saying that the Olympics happens every 4 years. The best of the best. So I'm literally so Olympic tournament level. Okay, so that's saying best of the best, genius author. So I'm the best genius author. That is affirmative. So turning back and returning, I'm not concerned with it. So turning back and returning, I'm not concerned with it. Maybe chat, maybe y'all can help me out. Help me out with this line right here. Through turning back and returning, I'm not concerned with it. The permanent ink paved the way out of the turbulence. Um, turning back and returning, so returning back. Okay, because I'm trying to decipher the bars. Because like I said, I never heard this before, and I'm trying to figure out returning. Could he be talking about tennis? Um, could he be talking about returning back to a level that he was before? Because if he's saying he's Olympic tournament level, that's probably about as high as it can go. So turning back and returning to what? Are you returning to serve, like playing tennis, returning to serve back, or returning back? What exactly are you returning back from? So, but either way, he said I'm not concerned with it. The permanent ink paved the way out of the turbulence. I'm lost. Oh, I'm lost. Okay. So we're gonna move on. My hands against the wall outside a billiards hall. I hear police discussing whether to try and kill. Or I'm not messing with YouTube with that. So ill. I'm gonna say ill us all. I hear police discussing whether to try and ill us all. I question if that matter. Life is like a tree that falls. Okay, so hands up against the wall outside the billiards hall. So you playing billiards. Um, playing billiards. You go outside. Your hands up against the wall. Police want you to put your hands against the wall. Spread your legs. You know. And you hear the police discussing whether to try and ill us all. So you overheard the cops. And now you're questioning if it even matters. Life is like a tree that falls. Okay, let's go a little further. So we're trying to see if we kind of in the that falls in the woods, even with iPhone footage to see it fall. Excuse me. Even with iPhone footage to see it fall. Okay, I can try to link this. I can try to link this. Okay, so this goes back to the young. Another young life was lost on live stream, right? Most people live stream with their phones. So you have your phones out recording. This also goes to the Kaepernick line. Kaepernick is an activist. So Kaepernick was seeing what was going on, injustice in America, decided to kneel because of young lives being taken on live stream. He's going back to saying he hears the cops wanting to ill us all and question if it matters. Life is like a tree that falls in the woods, even with iPhone footage to see it fall. iPhone. So the is being used. iPhone is being used for live stream for the live stream, and that's why Kaepernick is kneeling. And he's saying, I was outside the Billard's Hall. I have been in a situation where I hear the cops talking about it. Does it even matter? Does my life even matter? Okay, let's connect it. I connected as best I could. Chat, y'all gonna have the if I know more, please if you're able to break that down for me even better, please let me know. Okay. If he matter, tree that fall, great men choose the paper made pen or state pen. State pen is the state penitentiary. Paper made pen is the pen like pen that you write with. Okay. The firing pin of a pistol aimed at a playpen. The firing pin of a pistol aimed at a playpen. So this goes back to him saying he hears cops, saying he want to ill us all, iPhone footage, Kaepernick, back to the kneeler, live stream, playpen. So what are usually in playpens? Young children. And it goes back to another young life, connecting the young aspect, the illing, the uh, the live stream. Okay. All right. We go from musket to a missile to a revelation. We go from musket to a missile to a revelation. So they used to use muskets back in. Let me see. Let me get a time frame when muskets. Okay, a weapon used in the 16th century. Let's see when missiles first came into play. Let's see. When did missiles get invented? Let's see here. World War World War II, guided missile. So we'll go to guided missile in the 1930s and early 1940s. Okay, uh, to a revelation. So it's like we've gone through all these different courses of time to now to a revelation, and I'm gonna let you know exactly what a revelation is, because we want to get the accurate definition and the meanings of the words that we are listening to, so we can know, like I said, bar for bar breakdown. Bar for bar breakdown with Coach Xavier. All right, the book of Revelations, also known as the book of the Apocalypse or the Apocalypse of John, is the final book of the New Testament and therefore the final book of the Christian Bible. Okay, uh, so we'll say in Greek terms, tetragrammaton, the first word of the text, apocalypse, which means revelation or unveiling. Okay, so we go from a musket to a missile, goes from death to bigger death to now, that's what we'll say, final death, or that's what the revelation is. Every goddamn body. Okay, between heaven and Satan, while I'm steady creating. So this is a pretty simple one. Heaven and hell. Heaven's at the top. Satan, hell at the bottom. And I'm right in the middle, creating, um, and trying to separate the truth from the lies that they told us. Okay. I even hear the Soviets, so Soviet Union, and the 45th POTUS. So who is the 45th president? So the 45th president is Donald J. Trump. Okay. Served the 45th president from January 20th, 2017 to January 20th, 2021. He later became the 47th president of the United States, taking office again on January 20th, 2025. Okay, so I even heard the Soviets and the 45th president of the United States. That ain't the photo they showed us or accepting the onus. That ain't the photo they showed us. Okay. So let me go back a little bit. Let me go back a little bit. All right, so we go from musket to a missile to a revelation between heaven and Satan while I'm steady creating. And to separate the truth from the lies that they told us, I even heard the Soviets, the 45th, POTUS. That ain't the photo they showing us or accepting the onus. Show us any onus accepting the onus. Okay. Meaning of onus used to refer to someone that's one's duty or responsibility. Okay. Now the photo they showing us are accepting the onus, so accepting the responsibility. Did so basically saying I'm trying to break this down for y'all. Okay. So you say I'm trying to separate truth from the lies. I feel like I'm being lied to from the Soviets and I'm being lied to from America, the president. Okay. Um, then if it's showing or accepting the onus, or photo they showed us or accepting the onus. Okay. Did they Washington us? My condolence to y'all. My condolence to y'all's diplomas. Here's a bonus. The point of view to make things see through. If I'm a walking institution, I'm an HBCU. My condolence to y'all's diplomas. Here's a bonus. The point of view to make things see through. If I'm a walking institution, I'm an HBCU. They Washington, they Washington us. They Washington us. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to. My condolences to y'all diplomas. Here's the bonus, the point of view to make things see through. If I'm a walking institution, I'm an HBCU. Here's the bonus, the point of view to make things see through. Okay. The Washington part, photos they showing us, they Washington. Um, the only thing I can think of when you're saying that you did they Washington us, if they Washington us, it was we a 9/11 conspiracy. Um, did the plane really crash into the Pentagon? It's the only thing I can think of. My condolences to y'all diplomas. Here's a bonus, the point of view. So, my condolences to y'all diplomas. So, when he says diplomas, I think all of this when it comes to diplomas, all of this is being brought around to talk about an institution and being an HBCU. And here's the point of view. Okay, so when he talks about diplomas, he's basically just trying to get to the point of view of y'all looking at the point of view of looking at me being a walking institution of historically black college. So basically saying I'm extremely educated is what I hear. A very clever way of saying that I'm educated. My condolences to y'all diplomas. Here's a bonus. The point of view to make things see through. If I'm a walking institution, I'm a HBCU. So if you wondering what I am now, and it also goes back to him saying journalist. Am I journalist? And he basically as he goes through the bars, as the song progresses, he starts to, and it says discover that hey, if we're gonna talk about what I am, I'm a walking institution of knowledge and understanding and can help y'all get through. So which y'all think y'all know, what you think you've graduated to and educated of. Here's the bonus, the point of view to make things see through. If I'm a walking institution, I'm a HBCU. So he's saying, okay. Face the music, keep it moving's one of the great things we do. Face the music, Music. Okay, facing the music. Look at the music. Keeping it moving. Music makes you move. It's one of the great things that we do. So this can three things we do can when it comes to facing the music. This line right here between heaven and Satan, I'm steady creating. So what he is an artist, hip hop artist, steady creating music. And when you face the music, it's one of the great things that we do. Is the music gonna keep you moving? Okay, yo, the devil's trying to put together his gang. Me too. Okay, and whether you come from Lagos or Trinidad and Tobago's. So Lagos. I want to be accurate on where Lagos is. Nigeria. Okay, that's in Africa. A major city in southwestern Nigeria. That's in Africa. Okay, and Trinidad and Tobago. So I believe it's an island, but excuse me. Trinidad and Tobago's. Yes, a Caribbean island. Okay. You can either stay broke or be wealthy as Jeff Bezos. I'm sure everybody knows who Jeff Bezos is. Um, the creator of Amazon. So you can either stay broke or be wealthy as Jeff Bezos. And whether you come, okay, so the devil's trying to put, okay, let's go back here. So, the devil's trying to put together his game. Me too. So evil trying to come at me. Evil trying to come at me. I'm trying to, and he's creating his people. I want to have my people too that are for me, for peace, for the education, for him being a walking institution. He wants to be for that. And it said whether you come from Lagos, whether you coming from Africa, or you coming from the islands, um, and whether you come from that, you can decide what you want to do. You can either be broke or you can be rich. If you just stay woke, I was in the dark, then day broke. Okay. So if you stay woke, I was in the dark, then day broke. So it was dark, eyes closed, open my eyes up. That can be you opening your eyes up to what's going on, or keeping your eyes closed to what's going on. But either way, um, the sun is going to shine. It's going to rise. The day is going to break, and you can decide to stay in the dark or not on whatever information that you have in front of you, or that's information that's visible to you. Okay. Everybody, every goddamn body. Directing questions to my ancestors until they speak now. So even though I was in the dark until day broke, I'm still going to ask for the directions from my ancestors until they speak, until they spoke. Well, until they speak. And then here it said directing questions to my ancestors until they spoke now. Okay. Inherently rocking the disco currently. Bars is cryptocurrency, hypnotherapy, ishing on everything, 5964 lyrically. Inherent rocking the disco currently. Inherently until they spoke. Inherently rocking the disco currently. Bars is cryptocurrency, hypnotherapy. All right, let's see what hypnotherapy is. Everyone knows what cryptocurrency is. It's a type of currency, digital currency, and hypnotherapy. Hypnotherapy is a therapeutic technique that uses guided relaxation, intense focus, and focused attention to achieve a trance-like state of consciousness. Okay, so rocking, inherently rocking. So it's like rock music, dancing, jamming. I'm rocking to it. The disco music. Currently, bars is cryptocurrency. So currently, just to get to bars is cryptocurrency, hypnotherapy. So the bars will digital currency be a lot of money, and hypnotherapy, which can be a state of consciousness. And again, this goes back to you go back to this bar right here. If you just stay woke, I was in the dark, then day broke. Okay, and also it can go to the line of um, directing questions to my ancestors so they spoke. Now, Hanley Rockin' Disco Therapy. Okay. So itching on everything 5'9" and 6'4". So we know 5'9" and 6'4" is a huge height difference. So I'm getting y'all from camera. Getting y'all from here to here. Everything it's probably a little more than that. But everything between that, it doesn't matter how tall you are, it doesn't matter how short you are. I'm ishing on everything between 5'9", 6'4". Lyrically, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. Uh, Crystal clarity. Wonder how I spit so thoroughly. Stay so hungry. Rappers can't get no mercy. Uh, so I'm ishing on everything 5'9", 6'4" lyrically. Crystal clarity. So as you kind of see him go through this song, and I love this bar for bar breakdown because it allows you to kind of put yourself in the thought process of him creating this, and he goes from like I'm trying to figure out, who I am. Am I Master Killer? Am I Master Hugh Master Killer? Who am I? Y'all are, I'm solemn here. I'm solemn. Okay, let's get the definition of solemn. So formal and dignified is the definition of solemn. So I'm solemn, sitting between three columns. You know the name, effing up the game, no comp. So he has these. I'm the man. I'm relaxed. I'm dignified. I'm tired, nice and quiet. Then he goes, I'm the man. I'm the baddest on the planet. Then he's like, I'm defiant. Dialogue before the roar. Americans put the face of concealer, but who am I? Am I Master Killer, or am I Master Killer? Am I a rapper, or I'm a jazz artist? Am I a creator? We fearing doctors, Kaepernick's. Fearing Kaepernick taking his knee, and he talks about what's going on the live stream. Talks about falling from grace and high esteem, and then goes to this part right here. Am I a journal or a journalist? Herbal or externalist? Um, and then gets into the basically being the genius level. So it's these. I'm relaxed, but I'm also the best. But who am I? And then goes, now does my life even matter? As a man, I got to decide if I want to go, if I'm gonna write, if I want to write this down, or if I'm gonna go to the state pen. Um, and it's like I'm hearing lies from all these. I'm hearing the lies told to us, and then he also goes to saying, I'm gonna direct my questions to my ancestors until they speak. Um, so it's a lot of the ebbs and flows through here. So he's saying basically, and then going, hey, it don't matter where you come from. You can come from Africa, you can come from the islands, you can be as broke or you can be as rich as you want to. Um, and then he throws in that the cryptocurrency, therapy, and then I'm issuing on everything. So it's going right back to that to the overconfidence. 5'9", 6'4" doesn't matter. I'm gonna still destroy you. Um, crystal clarity with crystal clarity. Say so hungry. Rappers get no mercy. That's the reason any other one who spit won't verse me. It's so lonely in my own class, formerly known as, and inscription that your headstone has on my own path, in my own world like Disney's, I feel the effing system fail just like kidneys. Okay. So hungry, rappers get no mercy. That's the reason any other one who spit won't verse me. So basically saying nobody wants to go against me. Nobody wants to go against me. Nobody will rap with me. Um, it's so lonely in my own class, formerly known as, and the inscription that your headstone has. And it's so lonely in my own class, formerly known as. So lonely in my own class, formerly known. It sounds like it's a play on words by saying I'm in my own class that y'all can't even y'all can't even be in the class with me because of my ability to rap so well. In my own class, formerly known as own class, formerly known. I think it's just a play on class, formerly known as, but Christian has the inscription that your headphone, formerly known as. Okay, so lonely in my own class, the inscription that your headstone. So, oh, basically, so I'm killing rappers. Is what he's saying. Nobody wants to spit with me because going against me because you'll die. And then here on your homes on your headstone reads formerly known as this rapper. Great, okay. I'm on my own path in my own world like Disney's. I feel the effing system fail just like kidneys. So going back to kidney failure bar. Up steps the one who upsets all carriages because it's imperative we change the narrative. Up steps the one who upsets all carriages. This can go back to him basically saying, I'm going to F the game, effing up the game. Um, and Iwo Jima, Iwo Jima, I'm saying it wrong. My bad. Okay. Y'all correct me in the comments. So they saying I'm F the game up. The system's failing. So the system can be the United States is failing. The ongoing wars that continue to happen is what's failing, and I'm gonna be the one to upset all of it. I'm gonna say what's on my mind. I'm gonna be the what was it? The Fear the Healer Grace. What line was it? Musket to missile. I cannot find that bar. Wealthy ancestor. Hatred lies. Where's that bar at? Truth inconveniences non-believers. Save the sanctified. I can't find the bar that I'm looking for. Turn back concern the permanent ink page. I cannot find the bar. But basically saying upside all it was the rebel bar. Yeah, I cannot find it. Rebel. Where's it at? Rebel. I do not see it. I can't find the rebel bar. Okay. Their systems fail like kidneys. Up steps the one who upsets all characters. Cuts it's imperative that we change the narrative. All right. So that was the full breakdown of the song Thought versus Everybody by Black Thought. Stream from the album Strings of Thought, Volume 3, Cain versus Abel. Take a listen to the song yourself. I've never listened to this song, but if you want to, take a listen to it. Let me know if it matches your bar for bar, and if you have something to add to it. Like maybe I'm not seeing something, and you guys are seeing it, put it into the comments. Let me know. If you don't want to put it into the comments, I want to talk about, send a DM. This is going to be a great series because it's going to actually, we get to actually see what the artists are saying. Take away the beats, take away their flow, take away their style, what they're wearing, all that other stuff. Take all that away and let's see what they're talking about lyrically. All right. And we're gonna keep doing these breakdowns, man. We're gonna keep having fun with it, and we're gonna keep informing each other, man. Because this will, I think it's gonna make music better, and I think it's gonna have the listening process be better too. Because you need to see, like, what am I listening to besides just listening to the, like, what does this word mean? What does this word mean that I'm listening to, and how does it translate to the song? How does it translate to my life? Now you can get on here and actually read the lyrics, read the lyrics correctly, and then we can see what we're actually looking at. So please comment, like, subscribe to the YouTube, to the X, to the Instagram, all that good stuff. All Train with Coach Xavier. X is Train with Coach Xavier as well. And appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all have a good one. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Take care of each other. I'm out. Peace.